Hello and welcome to lesson 9. Yes, that's right, it's lesson 9, so you're more than 50% done right now. So great job and try to continue this way. Okay, this lesson is brought to you by the American Institute of Techniques and Management. And in this lesson, we'll be talking about functions again. I know this is a hard topic, but believe me, this is the probably most useful one for functions usually allow you to work better, to achieve more, and just to make your life this much easier. So first off, we'll be concentrating on dates, how Excel finds dates, how to work with days, months, and years. Maybe we'll use some functions to determine what day of the week it is right now, or which week of the year it is. We'll see. So let's begin. Let's open a new Excel worksheet. First off, maybe let's save it as lesson 9 so we don't lose it later on. Awesome. So, going back to formulas. So we have the insert functions button. We talked, I believe, a bit about the financial, a bit about statistics. Today we'll be concentrating on the date and time. We'll see how much time it takes, and I'll be trying to input some other functions also. So often when you work with Excel, you need to manage dates. Perhaps you have a list of dates when you visited a client and you need to count how many times you were in there in October or September, whatever. On the other hand, maybe you're tracking a project over a few months and want to know how many days are in between the milestones. Excel has a number of useful dates functions to make you work easier. This chapter explains how Excel handles dates, how to compare and abstract dates, how to work with parts of date, such as the month or year, and even how to count the number of days between two dates. You can always reference the current data from your computer's clock and use it in a calculation, and I'll show you how. So imagine if January 1st, 1900, you start counting by ones, each day adding one more to the total. This is just how Excel thinks of dates. January 1st, 1900 is 1. January 2nd, 1900 is 2, and so on. We'll always remember 25,404 as the day man first walked on the moon, and 36,892 as the start of the new millennium. The millennium actually started on January 1st, 2001. The year 2000 is the last year of the 20th century. Representing dates as a serial number, specifically the number of days between January 1st, 1900 and the date in question may seem odd, but there are very good reasons for it. Excel can handle dates from January 1st, 1900 to December 31st, 9999. Using the serial numbering system, that's 1 through 2,958,465. Because Excel represents dates in this way, it can work with dates in the same manner as numbers. For example, you can subtract one date from another to find out how many days are between them. Likewise, you can add 14 to today's date to get a date 2 weeks in the future. And this trick is very useful, but people are used to seeing dates represented in traditional formats, not as numbers. Fortunately, Excel uses date serial numbers only behind the scenes, and what you see in your workbook are dates in the standard date format. Well, that depends on your region. Excel and the Windows operating system have a default way of interpreting shorthand years. Windows has a setting in the Customize Regional Options dialog box found on the control panel, so maybe let's go there. I'll just unzoom so you can see this. So we are in the Windows options, and here we're looking for the regional options. Where are you? Region and language. Great. And you see that the date and time formulas are listed here. You have the short date, so Excel and Windows see first year, then month, and then day. And the long date would be the day, one digit for the day, 4 digits for the year, and for the month, sorry, and 4 digits for the year. Depending on well, where you're at exactly. Because if we change the format to any other country, let's maybe use English and United States. Okay. You see what happened here? The entire date and time formulas changed. So even the month, day, year. So in US they use the month at the beginning, the day in the middle, and the year at the end. And for the long date you have the day, month, 2 digits for day, and then year. So this is understandable for them, I guess. It would be hard for you. So you see Germany also uses a different format. Canada, India, great, why not? And see, well, depending on your geographical position, Windows tries to reapply the settings for your region. If you're using a Mac PC, then your computer basically has a different way of counting. In Excel for the Mac, the serial numbering system begins on January 1st, 1904. So just to let you know that how it happens. So the way years are handled requires special mention. When a year is fully displayed in 4 digits, such as 2015, there is no ambiguity. However, when a date is written in a shorthand style, such as in 3-1-02, it isn't clear what the year is. It could be 2002 or it could be 1902. Say 3/1/02. So I'll write it for you so you know what I mean. So if you have formatting like this, see what Excel does? It actually creates a date from the cell, because I formatted it before into a date format. So let's go back to this one, 3/1/02. And again, you have the date format. If we switch it to general, you see the number that is represented by this date. But if you go to short date, or if you go to a long date, you see different names for it. Okay, so this setting guides how Excel will interpret years. If the setting is 1930 through 2029, when 3/1/02, so 3/1/02, indicates the year 2002, but 3/1/45 indicates the year 1945, not 2045. I'll show you how to open and create the setting. So So we'll be going back to the control panel, and let's go back to region and language. And over here you have this button, additional settings. We click on it, and over here you have the time tab, the date tab, currency and numbers. Well, they're useful also if you want to change your currency, but I believe I spoke a bit about this, so you should be fluent. So how can you change the date? So we want to enter a 4-digit ending for a year, such as over here 2029. So when you format the entering of the date, you will receive the year either by /30 in the ending, then Excel will see it as 1930. But if you write in 29, Excel will see it as 2029. So what you can do is change the hundredth number, so you can just jump up in years, just to show Excel that when you mean the shorter version of, I don't know, 39, by 39 you mean 1939, but by 37 you mean 2037. So these 100 digits actually is the variety of numbers you can use to format your dates. So I'll leave it as it is. Click OK. Windows is actually right now converting all the dates in the system. We exit. It should be fine now. Okay, great. Now that we have this, let's do some date formatting. When you work with dates, you'll probably need to format cells in your worksheet. It's great that Excel tells you that June 1st, 2013, or 1st June 2013, or 2013 June 1st, is serially represented as 41,426. But you probably don't want that on a report or at your workplace or at school. To format dates, use the Format Cells dialog box. So how to do it? Well, if not already displayed, click at the Home tab, and at the top of the Excel screen, click the small arrow at the bottom right corner of the numbers section. Okay, here we select date in the category list as previously foreseen, and select an appropriate format from the type list. So depending on what actually you're interested in, let's check US or just United States by you. We don't have it here. Maybe English. Yes. So this is the formatting for the US English, and by choosing any one of them, you change the date format. So as I previously said, in US you use the month as the first one, the day of the month as second, and the year as the last one. But I guess the Polish representation is also fine. Let's leave the year, month, day format. Great. And this is basically how you can format all of your dates. So if you write in 2012 02 03, it should be seen as date. And if you write in 03 02 2013, nothing really happens. So if you type in into a cell as a date format, without changing anything, actually Excel will see this as a date, and will allow you to convert this and add or I don't know, multiply the number of days. Okay, so you can use the date function to create a complete date from separate year. So month and well, date information. The date function can be useful because dates don't always appear as well. Dates in a worksheet. You may have a column of values between 1 and 12 that represent the month, and another column of values between 1 and 31 for the day of the month. A third column may hold years in either the 2 digits shorthand or the full 4 digits. The date function combines individual day, month, and year components into a single usable date. This makes using and referencing dates in your worksheet easy. So, how to use the work date function? Let's remove this from over here. First off, let's maybe create a possible cell. So, first off, what we want to do, let's create the current date. And I will fast forward a bit to, I believe, lesson 12 and show you something. First off, let's grab this and maybe create a few reference dates. You can see that the year only changes. This is due to the formatting settings. And let's delete this one. Great. So what we can do right here to actually not type in the day, month, year in each and every column is the separation function. So let's go to the data, and then you can change the text to columns. Okay, let's use the fixed one. And what we want to do is text and advanced decimal separation. Let's do this as a separation. Okay, let's go back because we missed something. Next. Text quantifier, space, comma, other, and let's input the minus. Next, and finish. And what happened right here is I separated one column into with one mark. So I told Excel that the minus is a separation point that is supposed to be separate the data, remove it, and separate the data into 3 different columns. I will show you how to more advanced users of this, but this is basically what it does. Okay, so we have the 3 columns, and by doing so, let's maybe change the date from 29, 28, 27, so we just have a difference. Okay. This way, because it shows the great. Yeah, the minus the minus actually shows here, but okay, the 5th month is fine. We have different years. Okay, so now going back to the date function. So let's input equals date and begin. Well, first off, you have the year. So we will mark the year over here. Second off, you have the month. So let's choose the month area. And the third part will be the day. So let's select all the days. And that's basically it. Enter. Okay, so the date function combines individual day, month, and year components, but what it displays right here is basically, oh sorry, I made one error, so let's undo this because I wasn't really supposed to choose it like this. We want to see, because this added the added a sum of days and months and years, so it was, well, pretty much useless. So you see that this row is represented here as it was, and we just grab it and scroll down. So now you can see that the May 3rd of year 2046 is represented here as it was. So we simply came back to the starting point, but this is useful, as I said, if you have three columns shown like this, and you want them to be shown as a singular date. So the date function provides some extra flexibility with the month number. Negative month number are subtracted from the specified year. For example, let's change one function. So let's say I'll be changing this row. So let's type in a minus into our function. And what happened here, we actually deleted a few months. So you could actually create a function that if you want to add some months to all the dates you have in one column, or remove some dates, like some months, some years, or some days, it will be subtracted or added to this date. So basically, this is very useful for some date math you want to do. So what I want you to do is create a date chart. Sorry, not chart, but a few columns with dates, and recreate what I did over here. But please do some changes in the dates, like put in a minus, or add 5 years or days, or minus 2 years. Oh, sorry, supposed to be minus 2 years. So when you do this, mark the row you changed and do it for at least five rows, so it will be visible that you understand how the date function works. Okay, and write to the cell next to it what you did with it. So by formatting it in an easy way, what I want you to do is see, I abstracted 2 days. So sorry, abstracted 2 years. Year minus 2. Next, minus month. Yeah, it will do a, so we can do it this way. Yeah, this mark tells Excel that this is not a function, and simply to bugger off. So it won't be visible for naked eye, but it works with Excel. And what we did with the day is actually day plus 5. And do a separate chart right next to it to write down the mathematical functions you did with the date. This way, when I will be validating your work, I will know what you did here and check it for you just to see if you're correct or not.